Hello, YouTube. It is pretty late, but I just got home from a party, and the TCG Pocket got a leak. Lots of new cards, lots to talk about. So I'm joined here with my cat. She was there, a menace earlier, but we are fine. Let's just dive right into some of these cards. This was originally a Chinese leak, which has like a lot of cool stuff. A little bit of details about trading, more about like the next 45-minute event, because of course we have those, and a lot of cards that we've seen, but like some that we haven't. So let's talk about all of them, right? That's what we're here to do today. um I think starting us off, I'll just go down this list as a person. Eclipse was just willing to put everything in one thread. Why not go through all of this right now? Starting us off, obviously, just like in Genetic Apex, all the starters had an EX form. So we're gonna get the same thing here. The only one that was shown to us, at least in this league, is Infernape. Infernape is a 170 HP, discard all fire energy from this Pokemon to deal 40. I don't know how strong this will necessarily be, uh, depending if we get like a fire energy accelerator. But it is a nuke, right? It's just a stage 2, but I think it's cool. It's a zero retreat card, so you can like blow something up for 140, switch into another damage dealer. If you have another Infernape, just blowing up two things with Infernape. Following that, we have Volkner, which we have seen one Electivire form, which we'll talk about later on in this video. But it's choose one of your Electivire or Luxray attached to Electric Lightning Energy from your discard pile. And yes, Pokemon Pocket does track your discard pile, the number of energies in there as well. So I think that this is really, really cool. I think that we don't know what Luxray does, but if they're strong, that's like already energy acceleration. If Electivire is strong, Prismo, stop eating plastic. My cat's eating plastic. If Electivire is strong, then that means that Electabuzz affects it with Lieutenant Surge, and now Volkner. That's really cool synergy that I can see working. Dark finally gets an EX in Revile EX. If your opponent's active Pokemon has damage, it does a 40 plus 40. Very low energy attacker. I mean, Dark has all low energy attackers. I think that with the poison mechanic is always going to be a lot of damage already added. So many of these Pokemon. So this is kind of really cool to see. 140 HP is a really nice HP stat to be at. Um, just all around, this is a vibe. Weakness to grass though might be awkward. It still is like a 3 KO. Uh, if Aggie flips tails twice, but Celebi doesn't matter because you're at 140 HP. It would matter more if it was 120. But really cool to see. We get Gallade. Gallade EX evolving from Curlia, using two fighting energies, and it's like a Jinx archetype, right? Like this attack does 20 more for each energy attached to your opponent's basics. I have a lot of thoughts on this card. I think that this card is actually going to further an archetype that I felt like they were going to be pushing, just psychic fighting. I actually pulled up a deck list from Ursiday's tournament over this weekend. Albert Liu, who was using this psychic fighting deck that used Hitmonlee to deal with its bad matchup Gyarados. But if you notice, look at every single psychic card in this deck. And the first thing that you will notice is that they are all colorless energy plus psychic energy attackers. So I think that this could be really cool. You can see like a one of Gallade in these type of decks. Um, Extremely cool. I have some hopes for it. Uh, Maybe it can be good in fighting, but we'll have to see. All of the Ralts and Curly are psychics. They do use colorless to attack. Prismo is currently hacking my mic, so I hope that doesn't cause too um, damage. But anyway, going down the list, Again, we see their non full art forms. And we get a new Porygon 2 because we have a new Porygon Z. Porygon Z is an interesting effect, right? Change the type of the next energy that will be generated for your opponent, which is insane disruption, right? If you're in the lead or you're up energy, being able to do that is, I don't know how good this card will be, but I think that is extremely funny. Um, Moving forward, we have Ryulu. We did see the leaked Ario. I will actually pull that up right now. Ario Pokemon Pocket. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, oh, there it is. Let's just open this image and tab for us. This card is also really cool. And we're gonna talk about there's some other cards that we can. This one in specific is just a active fighting damage boost, right? And it stacks, unlike Jungle Totem from like Superior. This stacks with another Lucario, meaning that maybe we can start seeing Hitmonchan use. Wait, quite a cool card. I think that fighting got heavily buffed, and we'll talk about it more as we keep going through these cards. Um, these are just like really pretty art. Like this pop up is so pretty. Like I'm in love with this card. I'm gonna be honest. I I want this card. Luckily, trading allows us to trade with those. We're gonna get Magnemite and Magneton back in. That's because we have Magnezone. It's a 3 energy attacker, unlike the Magneton. And there's 110, and I think like it's like not a bad card, honestly. I think that if you are running the Magneton Raichu line, you can already do something like have like a one of Magnezone. Obviously, 20 card limit is the hardest part, but this is a really cool card, especially because the Magneton energy accelerates it. It only needs one lightning energy pack. You can honestly put this in any deck and see success with it, because of the double colorless, right? Because Magneton is already charging it. So very excited to see what people do with that. Other than that, we have a new Ralts. This Ralts is great. It is a teleport, which is amazing. Think about all the times you played Mewtwo and you open up Ralts only to draw Mewtwo later, and you'd have to burn energy to retreat. Obviously, you don't want to still attach to Ralts, but having that escape option is so cool. And they gave us a Curlia that can attack for one colorless. Obviously, this is all meant to support Gallade, as Gallade is a fighting, but expect Psychic to see a lot of use out of both of these. Moving forward, I think one of the most busted cards that we saw so far is Manaphy. Manaphy is a 50 HP, very low HP, but its ability is choose 2 of your bench Pokemon. For each of those Pokemon, take a water energy and attach it. And let me tell you why I think that this is insane, right? Like, so first of all, it's not limited to water type Pokemon. You can choose any two, right? And I think that that is insane. It is so much value. And I love that, right? I think that I like was worried when I first saw it because I'm like they're giving water more energy acceleration, which they are. And obviously we saw Palkia and people were pooping on Palkia a little because it's a 1 energy 4 energy attacker. I believe if I put it over here, Palkia EX Pocket, it'll show us it. Yes, it shows us both of it. Palkia is this like really chonky attacker, but requires so much energy. So having another form of energy acceleration, especially with cards like Vaporeon, where you can now attach 2 energies, Vaporeon can give the Manaphy energy, the Palkia energy, and the Vaporeon energy. It's 3 energies attacking already on like turn 3. That's like kind of crazy. By your second attack, a lot. And I can expect Palkia, Vaporeon, Manaphy be a really cool deck. Like legitimately, that's like it's on my radar. Super super cool stuff. We also, I guess the other thing to talk about is like, yeah, like Misty plus this is going to be toxic, but every deck can use this. if a deck just wants to take an energy or water energy. Really sick. But you would have to be running water energy, of course. But that's if you're running a dual energy deck, you can do that. Anyway, Cynthia, we know what this does. We do know what Garchomp and Togekiss do, so we're gonna get to that later. Cyrus is insane. Cyrus is like half a boss's order. For if you don't know, boss's order switches. You get to choose which opponent's bench Pokemon you want to switch in. Of course, you cannot put that in Pokemon Pocket. That is too strong. So they put a conditional. If your opponent's Pokemon has damage on it, you get to choose one of those and switch it in. Very broken. I love this. I thought that Sabrina would not get power crept anytime soon. And now Sabrina has a card that can argue deck space, right? Think about if you run like Zebstrika. Zebstrika, or Hitmonchan, right? Like, let me look up Zebstrika Pocket. We run a card like Zebstrika, who is dealing 30 to a bench Pokemon. That Pokemon is now liable to get Cyrus, right? Like, this flips so many matchups. You're playing against a Gyarados. A Gyarados is now locked by getting hit ping for 30 and you pull it in. Hitmonlee does this as well. Any card that's going to ping the bench. Yeah, Greninja, really, really cool. I think this is like one of the best cards coming out of this set. It changes a lot. We also got a look at a Staraptor. That's a 3 energy, deal 80, and the opponent can't retreat. So it's kind of like Arbok, but stage 2. Kind of cool. Don't really have too many thoughts on it. A very beautiful Bidoof with a unique effect, right? Super Fang has your opponent's actives, Pokemon remaining HP rounded down. I think it's fun. I think that it can see use, but very cute card. I love this art. I mean, they cook every single time with these arts, right? We also have another 1-star art that they cooked with Rotom. If your opponent's active Pokemon has a Pokemon tool attached, this deck does 30 more damage. Sure, 50 damage. Why not? Right? But otherwise, it's just going to be a 20 pinger. It's going to be okay. It's an electric type. It fills the bench. Pikachu. Drifloon. I didn't see this one. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes minus 20. Cool. I don't think we saw Drifloon yet. So this is just a card. Kind of cool. Cresselia. This is coming from the new event. The solo battle event they'll come from. And it's kind of interesting when you attach a psychic energy from your energy zone to this, deal 20 and it deals 80. So I think it can be like a cool wall and like X Gardevoir EX plus it will heal it for 40. So I think it's like a cool card, nothing too crazy, definitely worthy of a promo pack EX. We also see Darkrai. We don't see a Darkrai EX. If we get a Darkrai EX, that would be pretty swag. Otherwise, this is just the opponent's active is now sleep. I think it's okay. It might be any energy, but hey, Dark doesn't really have anything that you're attaching to that is like more than 1 or 2 anyway. So maybe this will see you. Who knows? We also see just a Togepi with the Chansey stamp, so this is going to be an underpick event. But we also see the regular Togepi pick. And finally, we see the Togekiss. During your next turn, this Pokemon's Overdrive Smash does plus 60. So this can reach 170 with Cynthia. Cynthia does plus 50. I think this is okay. Um, I think it's like unique. I think that like with like if it's doing 60 to the same target and 120 or even 170 next turn, that's KOing everything in this meta. Really neat, maybe a bit too slow for my liking, but I think it's not to be neglected that its first attack can also do 110 if you Cynthia. So interesting card to look at. I will say that they show Garchomp. Garchomp's energy does not overlap with Togekiss, so I think that if you're using Cynthia, you're playing either Togekiss or either Garchomp. You cannot choose. Um, and look, we're talking about Garchomp, right? We saw the Gibble from the trailer. We got the Gabite, which is a water fighting energy, and finally Garchomp for also water fighting, and an amazing ability. I'm not gonna lie. You must discard a card from your hand in order to use this ability. Once during your turn, you basically draw a card. That's really cool. It's like a way to accelerate through your deck, but obviously by the time you get to Garchomp, it's gonna be a way to find Cynthia, right? Discard a card, draw a card. Hopefully that card's Cynthia. Heal 150 with Cynthia. Very cool card. I can see decks played around this guy. We also finally see our first look at some Pokemon tools. We have Rocky Helmet. If this Pokemon attached to it takes damage, deal 20. So it's a rough skin like Druddigan's ability. You can attach it to a Druddigan and it'll deal plus 40. Really cool, really cute. We also get Lumberry, which is at the end of the turn. Each turn, if this Pokemon like has like a special condition, recover it. This will obviously be niche depending on matchups. If there's ever a popular status deck, expect Lumberry to be in everyone's decks. Finally, Giant Cape. This Pokemon gains plus 20, so it's like a potion that's always fun. I think that's neat, right? I think it's just better potion. I don't. Obviously, you can like Giant Cape potion in a turn. You can Giant Cape potion, which is HP. I just think it's a cool card that will change a lot of damage ranges. I think this is already uh sick. I think it's more cool than blue. But we'll see. We'll see. Obviously, the caveat is that you can only attach a Pokemon tool to one Pokemon that doesn't already have a Pokemon tool attached. So it's a commitment, right? We'll see. We don't know the other ones, but these are what we know. Finally, just some cool things. But one thing that you can glean from here, if I open up this image and zoom in, can't zoom in. This is the Electivire. This is a promo Electivire, which means that this may differ from the main set Electivire. Has exciting voltage. If this Pokemon has at least 2 extra energy attached, this attack does 80 more damage, 120 damage. Obviously, and this card can be charged through Volkner and Energy Accelerated Surge. I think it's neat. I can see it be some play. We also see a Grievous, which is just opponent's effective is used, and a Skarmory, which if this Pokemon has a Pokemon tool attached, this attack does 20 or 30 more damage. It's very hard to read. And they're unique, kind of okay. Nothing like too special to write home about. Will be a cool event still regardless. And I think that like wraps up like most of like uh Pokemon, right? Obviously also like an update, but like this is just what we've seen. This isn't like a data mine. Uh sorry, I might have some, but there's also Magikarp leak. I'll put a few things here, just like kind of neat Darkrai accessory. This looks beautiful. I love this. Uh, I wonder if Darkrai is gonna get an EX. Truthfully, I can see Darkrai getting that's like you know one of the star cards. But very interesting set. My thoughts are that water, very good. Cynthia Garchomp is going to be very good. Uh, I can see fighting. I can see psychic fighting. Mewtwo Gallade. Uh, I think Cyrus is insane. Cyrus buffs fighting decks. I think Hitmonlee, Marshadow, Lucario is going to be broken. Um, and it's cool. I think that that's a lot of what we've seen. I don't think anything else is really shown that's different from here. I just was like, I'm up right now. I might as well record this video. It is 5:30 a.m. on the West Coast. You made it to the end of this video. Let me know what you guys think about these leaks. Let me guys know what decks you're excited to build. I was already excited to build Palkia. Like literally, I'm so excited to build Palkia. And like I think if we go to my deck builder, right? If we go to my deck, I think I'm already like no, okay, it didn't say. I was already dairy crafting Palkia, and now we get this card. That just says, "Hey, Palkia is gonna be like legit, turbo legit." I'm excited. Um, so yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Night, I don't know. I stream Pocket, lots of Pocket tournaments. You can catch me on twitch.tv/slowserve. That'll be down below. I'll be definitely following and making more Pocket content, especially with the release of the new expansion. No, just excited. Time to be Pocket player. I think that these a lot of these cards are really well designed, and I just can't wait for Wednesday. That's really it. I'll be playing in a bunch of Wednesday through or Thursday. It's the end of the week. Probably a tournament a day. Um, this has been more pocket content for you. I'm gonna say goodbye to me and my cat, who has actually been good. He's not been a menace. Bye bye.